What's going on, guys? My name is Garrett here on the Jobless Gamers channel, and today, guys, we're doing our weekly podcast, and I have with me Mr. Boss for the win.
Hello.
And DatSaintsFan, Austin.
Hello.
And we have some specific topics we're talking about.
I want you guys. Chair.
Yeah,
oh my god.
I wanted you guys to know that this is a weekly podcast, better known as a SquadCast, where we discuss gaming news or anything we decide.
It's like a mini podcast.
Yeah.
We're not at the point yet where we're making them like hours long. I know some of you guys want it, and maybe we'll get there, but you know, we're just starting out, so.
Yeah, right now it's just, you know,
enjoy it
as long as we make it or choose it to be. So, for the topics that we have in this, I guess, SquadCast are Hangar 13, discussing the Alien DLC possibility, Watch Dogs, because there was a brand new trailer. If you guys didn't see it, I think everyone uploaded it here, and as well as Story Mode DLC predictions. And the last one that you want to talk about, Austin, was what?
We can talk about that at the end, but I just was gonna say some stuff about like maybe having like a competitive GTA. I don't know, COD Champs. Maybe some of you guys know what that is. That's going on right now. And I don't know, just thinking like how cool. I mean, granted, like I don't know the specifics, but like what if there was like a competitive side of GTA? I don't know.
That'd be really weird, but we're definitely gonna discuss that at the end. So the first topic we have is Hangar 13. Is there a possibility there's gonna be an Alien DLC? For anyone that's confused why we even have this possibility, Austin or Ross, when you guys want to pick up on that?
Yeah, well, basically,
good.
No, what is it? Take-Two, they actually recently trademarked the name Hangar 13, and like, now granted, Take-Two has like a bunch of other games under them, not just GTA, but I mean, what other game has aliens, you know, somewhat connected to it? It makes sense with all the Easter eggs of aliens in GTA, in story mode, so that's why we kind of think.
Yeah, and before you start, they 2K announced that this was not part of their sports division, so it's not going to be like, I don't know what, I think 2K does like basketball and like the WWE, so it's not part of their like sports division. It's part of another game or Grand Theft Auto.
All right, so the Hangar 13 isn't going to be a part of their sports division, because that'd be really weird.
They
announced that it's not a part of their
upcoming, you know, basketball games or anything. So.
Yeah, and what I was going with Hangar 13, what I was going with was Hangar 13 is especially when I did more Call of Duty stuff, I would follow a lot of like the breaking news, and before like Call of Duties were announced, they would have like little code names for them. Like Call of Duty Black Ops, its code name was Iron Wolf, and obviously Black Ops is not Iron Wolf, but it's just wondering if Hangar 13 is like the code name for like another Grand Theft Auto thing. I don't really know though. This is kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, unless, like, I mean, I don't think there's any other, like, well, actually, doesn't Take-Two have Borderlands? Isn't
yeah, they
Gearbox
have Borderlands.
Take-Two? That kind of has an alien.
Gearbox is the developer, but 2K is the publisher.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it could have to do with Borderlands, but, I mean, I think the most logical thing, especially right now, is GTA. I mean, listen, and before like people say, oh well, Heists aren't out, this isn't fixed, whatever, like obviously like they just trademarked it, like that doesn't mean Alien DLC is coming
next week,
like this week.
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna be a while away.
Yep.
But we can always, you know, speculate about it. And I know one thing, a lot of people were saying that they didn't want Alien DLC because, you know, if this is a real thing, because that would be too similar to Saints Row. But I mean, hey, if it makes the game fun, why not, you know?
I mean, all like the signs are there. Like if you've played the campaign, you know that there's like so many things around aliens and like UFOs, like obviously the flying UFOs over Zancudo and the ones that have like crashed and stuff like that. So all the signs point to like an Alien DLC. And another thing I brought up, at least in my video, is like when you, at least for Grand Theft Auto 4, I think it was Rockstar and 2K, they had to file trademark and copyrights for like those DLCs, like the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Dam. Like they had to file separate copyrights and trademarks for those. So this could be like preparation for that, which I do think is something that's pretty cool.
Now, what if, well, I know we have, it's number 3, but like what if this Alien DLC is going to be a story mode DLC?
I think it's, wouldn't you guys think it's some kind of invasion?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I think
what I'm
it'd be
thinking.
similar to the Undead Nightmare in Red Dead 2 or Red Dead Redemption.
For those that haven't played it, you want to explain it?
I've never played it either. I've just
Oh,
heard really great things. How it's like one of the
God.
best zombie experiences. I know. I'm gonna get flamed for that. I mean, I got flamed for not playing San Andreas. I'm gonna get flamed for not playing Undead Nightmare 8.
Wait, you never played San
Leave me alone.
Andreas?
I played Vice City as a
Did
kid,
everyone
man.
hear that? That Saints fan never played San
Hey,
Andreas. GG,
listen, right?
GG.
Every day, dude.
That's
all
just
right,
like
listen, hold on.
that's like
when
not
I was
playing
like
the story mode for
Dude,
GTA
but
5.
listen, all right, when I was like 11, right, I went into Walmart with my mom
Yeah.
because like Vice City just came out, and I was like, listen, we got to get this game, we got to get this game. So she gets the Walmart person like to take it out. She looks at the back. She's like, "There's nudity in this game." I was like, "No, mom, they just put that there. Like, there's no nudity. Don't worry." He's like, "Are you sure?"
Saints
I'm
fan
like,
is salesman
You're
at such a
11,
young
yeah.
so
age.
so eventually I got her to buy it, and like literally every day after school, me and a friend, I'd either go to his house, bring the game, or he'd come to my house and we'd play it. And like that's what my childhood was Vice City, not San Andreas. So.
I mean,
Yeah,
played-
that was the same with me. Like
yeah, I
I
played a lot of Vice City as well.
like I played both, but then this is like a very uncommon like thing. Like I actually like Vice City better than San Andreas.
Yeah,
And that's
me
not saying
too.
that San Andreas is a bad game. It's just like I really love like the 1980s like Miami style,
Yep.
and like
I
I would
love the
love to
settings.
see. I would love to. Yeah, I love the setting. That's the thing. I would love to see GTA. I'm gonna use air quotes here. 6 go back to that because that's the progression. Because I think it was Grand Theft Auto 3 was in Liberty City. Vice City was obviously in Vice City. San Andreas was in Los Santos, and then for Grand Theft Auto 4, we went back to Liberty City, and now we're back to Los Santos. So if the theme of like rotating through 3 cities is correct, Grand Theft Auto 6, which will probably be in 2019, will probably be in Vice City.
Miami.
Now, what since I never played San Andreas, wasn't there a DLC for Las Vegas called like Los Venturas?
No,
or
that was just built
Ventures?
into the game. Like it,
Oh, that
San
was?
Andreas had like the biggest map ever. You could go to
Yeah.
Los Angeles, which is obviously Los Santos. You could go to like I think it was like San Fierro, which is San Francisco,
Yeah.
and then you could go to Las Venturas, which was Las Vegas, and it was literally just like all built into the game, like no DLC. And that's
I
why
actually have San Andreas on PC. I might have to go back and play through it because it,
You
it does
should,
sound
man.
really cool.
It's pretty cool. I think, but that's like saying, like, I know that there are some GTA 5 YouTubers now that have never even played GTA 5 story mode.
Anything but Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well,
They've
not
never
even
played
that.
another
That they've
Grand Theft
never even
Auto.
played the story mode for GTA 5.
So
they
sad,
only
man.
play the GTA Online because like the GTA 5 story mode. Ooh, my voice cracked really bad. It's really good for those viewers that never beat the story mode or never even, almost beat it. It's a great story and it's really well done. I think that's what really made GTA 5 shine. Like the
Yeah.
online was a pretty big letdown.
If
in
you
a lot of
haven't,
people's eyes.
yeah, like if you obviously if you haven't played the story mode, go play it. But if you have and you just like are doing GTA Online all the time, I really encourage you guys to go back and play the story mode again because for the longest time, okay, this isn't spoilers. The game's been out for 7 months. So in the like the very first thing, like the prologue when I think it was Michael and the other guy Brad gets shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't know who the sniper was, and until I played the game the second time, I figured out that it was Davey, like the
Yeah,
FBI
the
agent, and
FBI
that
agent.
literally
Really?
like it
See,
blew my
alright.
mind.
Well,
I need to go back
that's why
and play the
Michael.
story mode.
Yeah, that's why Michael like sort of resented Davey, but liked him because like they worked together to make that happen. Like
Yeah,
that was
and
all
see,
planned.
the entire first time I played the game, I had no idea. I was just like, okay, Michael's just working with this FBI or FIB agent.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
the
I like
reason why like you may have missed that is because you were so eager to beat the game because you had to produce content for your channel.
Well, see, all right, that's like me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much skipped like every cutscene I could because I wanted to get the game done as quickly as possible. Because there's a couple things like the alien car and some other like cool things that you could do once the game was done. I wanted to get that completed so I could get videos up first. So I am not gonna lie, I did kind of miss some of the story, and I do want to go back and play it eventually. One thing though, and like I guess I'm just so used to online. Like the big thing is like I can't call for cars in single player.
yeah, when
and
you
it
go
kinda
back
sucks.
from
It's
online
like a
to
different-
single player, it's really hard because like you can't
gotta
call a
relearn
mechanic.
stuff.
Yeah, it's really really different. Like I did it the other day. I went back because I had to. I forgot why. Oh, because on my Xbox I've never done the single player. I finished my whole single player on my PS3. So I went back to my Xbox and I do have 100% save now, but it's just really weird. Like it's really weird on my Xbox, like trying to do that transition from online to single player because you're missing so many things, like calling Pegasus or calling for a helicopter or calling for your car. Just those
Yeah,
things.
and
just
even
aren't
like,
in single
and even
player.
something as simple as like hitting the down button to make your map bigger. Like I do that all the time in online just to see where people are at and
You
stuff.
know you
and
can
just
make
to
that
see,
permanent, right?
not in single player though.
Oh no, but online you can. You
That's
can make
what
it
just
permanent
it's
now.
just like something. And I mean, I understand the game's good, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend that much time into GTA single player again right now at
Yeah.
this point.
So
But but
we've
hold on,
just
going back to the Alien DLC because we kind of got off of that. First of all, Hangar 13, if like anybody like if they don't know what that is, it's actually or we're assuming it's based off of Hangar 18,
mhm.
which in real life is actually like a military base or hangar, I guess, that supposedly holds stuff from I think it was Roswell,
Yep. Something like that.
that alien invasion type of thing.
Well,
And
I
Like
learned something
incident.
new today. I had
yeah,
no idea that was
so
a thing.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
like this
that's
whole thing.
why the whole Hangar 13 is, why we're thinking it's going to be aliens.
It makes
But
sense too, because that would be a perfect parody of the real
exactly,
life
and
Hangar
that's what
18.
GTA is known for making parodies of real life stuff. So
Yep.
that's another reason why we say it could be aliens. Now, if they actually did an Alien DLC, what would you like? Just let's just leave it online, like not do story mode single player stuff. Like if they made an Alien mode or DLC for online, what would you want in it?
I think they
So,
would do like you know how like they have the special crate drops?
Yeah.
Like they would do something like that, but for aliens. And like that a certain location at the moment is being attacked by aliens and you have to go defend it for your city.
I think those would be cool. I want some like maybe some like new cars, new weapons, some new missions.
But like
Like they,
alien stuff? If they
yeah,
were
they
to
don't
do
even have
that,
to be like.
it would be a paid DLC. Like you have to buy the DLC. Like
Yeah,
See
they're
what
that's what
I
I'm
said.
assuming this would be.
See, I think if this ever comes out, it would have to be a mode that people can choose because obviously, like
well, there'd be
people
classic, there'd be alien classic, and
and
then there'll
like
be
yeah, whatever.
cops free. Ha.
Yeah,
Oh
maybe.
shit,
But
I just broke my
hopefully,
pen.
come on,
You're
Rockstar.
listening to this
But
podcast, Rockstar. We know you are.
Yeah.
Cops free mode. No
Free,
cops mode.
baby.
good.
Cops free.
But
Slurp.
but what I said in my video, and I think this would be awesome. Like, so for what is it for Christmas? They had snow, and like it seems like sometimes they're willing to change the environment. You ever seen the movie Battle Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Well, I said, how awesome would it be as if like if you go into this alien mode in the sky, it's like all dark and like lightning striking everywhere. You see like giant alien ships, and like the
That's never gonna happen.
I know it's, but dude, imagine like, and then like on the
Cause like
ground.
it's maybe for PC. If it ever comes to PC, yeah, I can imagine. But for these little consoles to make all that happen in the sky, lightning,
That'd
yeah,
be
right.
awesome though. And then you
It's
see like
the
alien
game
ships
struggles to
dropping
have
down, man.
the game struggles to have like 4 stars. So
Hey, it's true.
come on, man.
But man, dude, I'm dreaming big, man. Come on.
Really
But,
big. So
man,
we've
that'd be so
discussed
cool.
a lot of stuff regarding
maybe
GTA
the alien.
5
What is it?
aliens.
The what is that alien car?
The
what is
Space
it?
Docker.
Space Docker. Maybe that has like some special ability. You can, I don't know, like you can fly with it. Like you go to pay and spray.
Austin's dreaming. He is literally
Yo,
dreaming.
tell me that
right
wouldn't
now.
be awesome though.
You're
Like, if you
dreaming.
just see stuff
It would be
falling
awesome
down.
if Rockstar added a lot of things,
Every
but we have to
civilian
make
would
it
be an
real.
alien, and every like cop or whatever would be an alien. It'd be like the apocalypse, but with aliens. Like all the buildings would be torn down, aliens be shooting at you with laser guns. Oh man, that'd
Safe
be so
houses. I think safe houses are coming though. But anyways, let's move on because you're like addicted
That'd
to
be
aliens
cool, though.
apparently.
cool.
Let's go ahead and jump into a new game that's coming out, which is called Watch Dogs. And a lot of you guys saw the brand new trailer that came out a few.
What's it called?
yesterday.
The Welcome to Chicago trailer.
Welcome to Chicago trailer.
Chicago.
So,
We got- yeah,
Basically,
that's
for
not-
those of you that don't know what Watch Dogs is, it's similar to GTA 5, but not really. It deals with hacking. It's an open world.
Well, it's an open world sandbox type of
Yeah.
game.
And it deals with hacking. So basically, you're a guy that has control over the city's electrical grid, has power over electronics. You can tap into other people's lives by using a device that you have. And you're playing a main character by the name of Aiden Pierce. Now, this game was supposed to be released last year. They
You know
delayed
what's
it.
funny about this? This just made me laugh. Aiden Pierce is like a walking NSA.
Yeah, he is.
Like-
Yeah, he is.
He's like living Edward Snowden. And but go ahead. Sorry.
So, so basically, they delayed it. Now it's coming out May 27th. So I know I'll be putting out content. I think you guys will as well, right?
Yep. That's
So-
the plan.
It's gonna be a single player and multiplayer game. But I want to know how you guys felt about the trailer that was recently released. It came out, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago now. What do you guys think of it so far? Like, let me know what you guys think.
I mean, I think it's cool. Like they showed off a lot of cool things, like what they plan to do for their engine and like the lighting. And the one thing that I thought was really cool is the fact that it seems like every NPC is going to be living out like an
Yeah.
individual life. So that's something that
There's
they had to
no
like.
like in
There's not
GTA,
in,
you'll see the
yeah.
same fat lady over and over again. Where in this game, nobody will be the same, which is awesome. Yeah, that sounds really
Yeah,
cool.
and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're working on, computers, 2013 computers as compared to 2006
Hmm.
computers, like Xbox One versus PS3, etc. And I do think that's really cool, but I don't really think we'll know until we like get our hands on it and
Yep.
get like a feel for it. But one thing I want to talk about as far as like the release date, like, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Because May 27th, that's like the time when like a lot of kids get out of school, a lot of college students are maybe like out for summer. And so that might not be the greatest time, but it's also at a really good time because they're releasing it at a point where there's no like giant AAA game coming out
Well,
anytime soon.
yeah, I mean, and not even just Watch Dogs. Like in general, I think most developers and publishers they want to release games during like the November, like when Call of Duty generally comes
Holidays,
out
yeah, holiday
because
time.
holiday season. That's when everybody buys stuff, and you know, at a point there's just so many games out. Like I remember like a couple years ago, there'd be like 5 games I wanted, but I could only get like 2 of them, so
Yep.
I would never play the other 3. And I think that now this is a different situation because this was on Xbox One and PS4, but like I think if they released it this past holiday season, it would have done amazing because there's no games for the Xbox One or the PS4 really that are that good.
I think it would have done a
And
lot better, but I think that they really needed to delay it. There's something that they're not telling us. Apparently, from what I've read from different articles,
well, it
that
wasn't
Watch Dogs,
ready.
yeah, it wasn't
That's
ready
what.
first of all. But I mean, no, dude. Honestly, I don't know how a game's not ready like a month before its release
Yeah,
date.
like what could they possibly do to make this that
Well,
much
I don't
better
think.
in the 4 months that
Like
they bought
in one
themselves?
month, like that's it. That's like shipping, packaging, ready to go type
Well,
of
hey,
time.
GTA did it, so I
Yeah, but
mean,
is it actually they needed time, or this was a publicity stunt and this was always planned?
For GTA, it worked beautifully. That couldn't have worked any better for Rockstar
Yeah.
Games to delay it to 6 months. But the fact that this has been like I was at E3 2012 and Watch Dogs was like starting to grow like really big at that point.
well, I know. I
And I
remember in
think
2012 that was like the big game that like everybody's like, oh my god,
yeah,
I
and I
can't
think
wait.
they've kind of overstayed their welcome on like the hype market. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, can we get this game now? And I think they might have dragged it out a little too long.
And it might hurt them because a lot of people, like when I
Yeah.
released the video for the trailer talking about it, my points and stuff, people were like, "Oh, isn't this game already out?" Like people think that the game's out
Well, a
already.
lot of people have confusion with it if they have no idea about it because of the game called Sleeping Dogs, which I don't know, people are people, whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to touch on is a lot of people that saw it at the E3 in 2012, they said the game looked beautiful and everything, and then I think this past like month or so, there has been some more gameplay, and the graphics were downgraded. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it looks terrible now." Blah blah blah. Well, what they don't realize is the original gameplay was from PC because at the time there was no Xbox One or PS4, so people kind of forget that. But uh, like that's what you just got to think of. Like all the stuff they originally planned was for PC, which is like 10 times even better than the Xbox One and the PS4, at this time.
I know that the
And
developers had mentioned that like there's no way that they would ever downgrade the graphics, especially after the extended period of time that they were given to work on the game. So like people saying that it was downgraded graphics wise on PC on all this stuff, it's not true. They're actually really working on the game. I follow all the developers and I've spoken to
PC, the
them.
game's gonna look amazing. Consoles, it's gonna look good, but
It's gonna look.
nothing
It's
special.
gonna feel like GTA 5. I think it's.
Well, actually, I think it looks better, and because I was watching the trailer and I was thinking like, dude, if they could add this in a next gen GTA 5, that'd be amazing. Like the people, like the individual people that we were just talking about, like the building detail, like I don't know, the car detail and stuff. It just looked so good, and that's what I'm kind of hoping a next gen GTA would be. But I mean, I don't know. Watch Dogs, it looks cool. The one problem though about being in May this year at least is that another big game, Destiny, the beta is coming out in May as well, I think. So it's
Oh
gonna have to compete
shoot.
with that, and I don't know if it can. I mean, hey, I guess again we'll have to wait and
Well, yeah,
see.
we're gonna have to see, but I'm
But
very excited for this game. I know you guys are as well. It's a new game, new possibilities. The things that they're saying that are coming to the game look great with personalized individual pedestrians on the street. Each person has their own identity. You can go into enterable buildings that you wouldn't normally go into, because in most cases, like example for GTA 5, there's a lot of buildings, and mostly all of them, like 95%, are all show.
Another thing that's kind of cool is that they were saying, or I think it was in the trailer too, like the entire like world is based off of like what, like if you do something bad, it's not like GTA where it's like people forget about it 2 minutes later. Like your name's everywhere, and like your decisions actually matter.
Yeah, so like
I think that is
choices,
really cool.
the choices and decisions you make actually impact your
So
game.
it's like open world, but it's got a lot of like RPG elements, which I think is really cool. So
it's good. It's definitely bringing something new to the table, and
what's gonna matter, what's gonna determine how this game does, honestly, in my opinion, or at least the longevity of it, is multiplayer. How that integrates into the game, whether it's a separate mode or if it's just into single player, like they kind of have mentioned.
Yeah,
that is what's gonna make people play longer.
I think this game would be super fun multiplayer. Like if you could like get 2 or 3 friends together, and let's say you want to like hack into like 40 people's like bank accounts. Like that's something cool you could do online. It's all about execution though. It's like how well is it gonna work.
One thing that's kind of disappointing though, and I don't know why they did this, but you can't customize cars, and that's like a huge thing.
I don't even think cars look that great in the game to begin with.
Customization, dude, like people love that, and
you never know. They might add it. They might add it. It's possible.
I mean, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I think we'll see some footage at PAX, but
and we'll definitely get some interviews. If you guys are very excited for Watch Dogs, let us know down in the comments on what you guys would like to see added, changed, what you know so far, things like that in the comment section right now.
We're gonna see another thing while we're on, like, I guess future games. You guys want to touch on Destiny a little bit?
Yeah, but
because I know that's a big game that's coming out in what, September 9th?
Yeah, I think
this year,
somewhere around there, somewhere later in the year. But I know that for sure that we're gonna do our best at when we go to these conventions to get like the inside scoop, and it would be very beneficial to you guys as well as us if you guys can help us with what questions you guys would want us to ask these developers for these new games like Watch Dogs, like Destiny, the Division, stuff like that, that we might be able to get those answers to if they're able to answer them. So moving on to the next topic, if you want to hit on Destiny, let's do that then.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, see, all right, for people not knowing what Destiny is, the title for it is an MMORPG first-person shooter, which, like, that's a bunch of different, like, genres or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. It looks really cool. I think it's going to be similar to Borderlands in the sense that Borderlands was only 4 people, but this is going to be a little bit like bigger scale of multiplayer.
I feel like if Borderlands would have done what Destiny's doing, it would have been so much more successful.
I think that's what I've heard some rumors. Borderlands 3 is actually going to be an MMO type of game, and like if a lot of you guys played Borderlands 2, that was an amazing game. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. And I kind of wish I would uploaded it to YouTube at the time, but that is what it is. That's in the past. But Borderlands 3, from what I hear, is supposed to be like an MMO, and I think that's what like this new genre of MMO type of games. I think that's what's going to be the next big thing. Like on Xbox 360, PS4, it was first-person shooters. That's what the big market was. But I think people are kind of over those. Call of Duty's dying, Battlefield's dying, Titanfall is already dead. Like, there's a lot of games that are first-person shooter games that people just don't want anymore.
Do you guys even play Titanfall anymore?
No, dude, I don't like the Xbox One, but that's another story.
I bought Titanfall and I never played it. I literally bought it, never even opened it.
I played it like for like 3 days or so, but I don't know, man. The Xbox One, it's too painful, man. They went backwards with that system. Like, I don't know. You got to hit like 17 different buttons to view your friends list, but like Destiny, man. Like this game, I am like so excited for it.
This episode of the SquadCast not sponsored by Microsoft or the Xbox One.
Hey, dude, Destiny's coming out for PS4 earlier, so I'm already getting it.
Yeah, Destiny seriously might be a game that would make me invest in the PlayStation 4.
I have a PlayStation 4. I haven't even used that thing either. It's still in the box in my closet.
There's no games out for the new consoles. It's like I feel like that Microsoft and Sony wanted to be so secretive with these consoles that they literally didn't tell any of the game developers until maybe like a year and a half. And now these game developers are like, okay, yeah, we need about 4 or 5 years to make a really good game. So
one
sorry,
thing I
Microsoft.
did hear though, which is going to be awesome at E3 at the Microsoft conference, apparently it's gonna be pretty much all about games. Like the entire 90 minutes is gonna be about like games instead of like it was a couple years ago, where it's like, hey, look, you can watch TV on your Xbox One. It's like nobody cares. Come on. So that should be awesome. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Destiny?
I
I
am gonna be getting it. I like it. Yeah, like I said, it reminds me of Borderlands, and if anything reminds me of Borderlands, it's bound to be really good. And it's got a great developer, Bungie, who, like I said, created the Halo trilogy, probably the best first-person shooter trilogy ever. It's got a really good publisher in Activision, even though there'll probably be so many micro DLCs, it'll be outrageous. But
Well, hey, that's what MMOs are, kind of,
yeah, but
microtransactions.
I
But
think I think MMO microtransactions are much better than like first-person shooter
oh,
microtransactions.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think it's gonna do well. Bungie has a very good track record with their games, in my opinion.
I think the story's gonna be awesome too.
And yeah, I think because aren't they integrating story with the multiplayer?
Yeah, well, what I've heard is that like whatever you do, I think you're playing like at least you see other players, but you don't necessarily need other players to like continue in the story.
Okay.
I've heard something like that.
It's
Like
still
there's
it's
no
still very new, so like we don't
yeah.
know a lot of information, but I do know that the people backing this game, the community for this game, and the staff at Bungie are super nice. We'll be working with them directly to bring you guys as much content as possible, and like the inside scoop, much more than we have had with other games, I believe. Because like normally, with a lot of game companies, are very secretive, and I hate to use Rockstar as an example because we just started, in conversation with them. Like we actually communicate with them now. But before, like we were in the dark. We would just do whatever. And an example like Bungie or Ubisoft, we might have like that inside scoop where we can let you guys know of things in advance, similar to how like these Call of Duty guys do it, like T Martin and Ali A. Do they do that? Yeah, they do that. They do that with
Yeah.
the Ghost. They know things like 3 weeks before everybody else. It's really lame, but it's beneficial for the community that follows them.
Yeah.
See, another thing that I just read, which is like sounds awesome, is in Destiny, there's actually like the lands are gonna be changing.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna evolve. Like I guess if like I don't know, a meteorite hits it, like it'll actually impact the game. I don't know. It like just interesting stuff like that. So I'm excited for like all these like new types of games, that the Division, Watch Dogs to an extent. There's a bunch of new games that I hope do really well. So
Yeah, I really want all
we'll
these
have to
games
see.
to do well because they're games I'm excited for. There's a lot of games that we just didn't mention either that I don't really want to get into that are supposed to be huge games that I don't think are going to do well. But overall, is there anything you guys want to jump on to before we wrap up this SquadCast?
I say we just touch on our final topic real quick. And it's not even like a topic, it's just more like a questionnaire. It's just something I was thinking about.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and that was story mode DLC. Like a lot of people, like Rockstar said they're going to keep working on story mode DLC for GTA 5. And did you guys play Grand Theft Auto 4 DLCs?
I played a little bit of the
All right.
ballad, so
you
Okay,
can
well,
hate on me for
it's-
this one. I didn't play those either.
That's fine, that's fine. But like the characters that you ran into as Nico Bellic actually were like the DLC
That's what
characters.
I heard
So
that
like
like yeah. I've heard
yeah, like
nothing
in
but
the
good
Ballad of
things
Gay
about the
Tony,
DLC.
like the main character's name was like Luis,
hmm
I think, and there was a mission. I think it was like the biggest mission in the game, and you robbed a
like
bank.
a heist, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally like a heist, and Luis was one of the guys standing in line, and you like have like a 1 sentence conversation with him, but he turns out to be the main character of a like a new DLC. So it's
Yeah.
like it got me thinking back to like the story mode. It's like who did I run into that might be like a DLC character? So I just didn't know like what you guys thought about that,
Yeah, I
or
don't
like
know.
who would you want to see?
I don't even know, man. Like, there's so many people you run into.
I know
and-
that's the
and,
thing.
Like, if they do the same thing that was done in 4, right? Like in terms of getting like a character you ran into and bringing it as a DLC character. Like, what if you killed off like a character at the end?
That's
Like-
what it might happen like during the middle of like the campaign. Like that's what happened like the in GTA 4 like that bank heist happened in the middle of the campaign. So
Yeah, they
no
could always
matter
change
what
up
you
the
did.
story or the timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like kind of how like GTA Online is set like I think it's like 6 months before the events
It's
of
like, yeah, a month or two. I don't think it's
yeah,
6,
something
but
like
yeah.
that.
I don't know.
So it's I want to see CJ come back from San Andreas.
CJ, that's the one a lot of
Because-
people loved. I think a lot of people like him more than what is his name, Franklin.
Well, they're
But
cousins, like in real life. Like
are
the
they
guy
really?
who
I didn't know
plays
that.
Franklin, like his cousin is his name's like Melee or something like that. And he actually played CJ, and they're like cousins with each other. And that's one of the big reasons that I think his name's like Sean Fontano got the job for
The role.
Franklin. Yeah,
I think that I think both characters were really well played. I think that CJ was really well done, as well as Franklin. Franklin's one of my
Franklin, though,
favorite characters.
But I wish I would have gotten more of him. Like it kind of felt like the entire story was centered around Trevor and Michael.
Yeah.
And they kind of, I wish they maybe in a DLC, if they did it with CJ, they can touch a little bit more on Franklin.
I think that's what you would
That'd be
do.
pretty cool.
Because like what's his name? CJ could be like a mentor to Franklin. Because I think CJ would be like, if San Andreas was in the 90s,
You know,
CJ
it
would have
actually
to be
makes
like-
sense because Franklin was like the only guy you didn't have the choice to kill off at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And it's weird how that works because it's like Austin mentioned, the story was like, in my opinion, I feel like it was heavily revolved between the struggle between Trevor and Michael, and like Franklin was just kind of left with this decision at the end. So if they were to develop him a little bit more, I think that'd be awesome.
You know
That'd be
what?
something really cool.
What's gonna happen? CJ and Franklin, they're gonna go to Los Venturas, and then aliens
yeah.
are gonna attack.
Oh god, here we go. All right,
We
well,
know you're listening, Rockstar.
I
And then
think
they're gonna visit Vice City after they kill out the aliens.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
make their way out to
Austin's
Liberty
just
City.
dreaming. This whole SquadCast, he's just been dreaming.
And then pick up Nico Bellic off the
Yeah,
fucking
little
shore of
Nico, it's
Liberty
your cousin
Island.
Roman. They're going to go bowling.
Go
after.
bowling.
God damn.
That's how they're gonna live their life.
Well, overall, anything
But-
else you want to touch on before we wrap this up? It's been a pretty good SquadCast, even though we've been
Yeah.
dreaming a lot about like things that we want Rockstar
It's
to
good
do.
to dream, though.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
But
well,
I think that's it, yeah.
thank you guys so much for watching this SquadCast. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like. Check out everyone's channel, Jobless Gamers, DatSaintsFan, and MrBossFTW. All the links in the description. Go subscribe to each of us and comment
And,
down
hold
below. Comment down below what was your favorite topic of this SquadCast, and go ahead.
And also leave us some questions that are non-GTA related, because a lot of you guys in the Would You Rathers and stuff, you guys leave GTA stuff. Try to think outside the box. We want to answer some different stuff. So if you can think of some creative Would You Rathers, or just funny questions in general.
Yeah, like random stuff. Like I don't know. Like, would you rather have boobs and a dick, or
No,
a vagina
Garrett.
and no boobs? I don't know. I
like,
just thought of this.
you were
random-
stuck-
If you
all right,
made it
here's one.
into 32 minutes of this podcast, I'm sure there will be comments down below
If
about
you were stranded on an island and there was a mermaid there, or there was a female there, would you want the top half to be mermaid or the bottom half?
That's
See, like
actually
that.
that's the question I was thinking about, but I said it totally wrong.
Oh man.
Because I read that.
Something like
Would
that,
you
yeah.
rather?
that. That's so great.
Man, I said it totally wrong. But thank you guys so much for watching until the end. It's crazy you guys did, and we'll see you guys next week with a new SquadCast.